Hey everybody, welcome back to Tech Odyssey. So today I'm here to talk about the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 5G and how I think it's the best flip phone or folding phone for most people. There are a lot of different foldables out on the market now. We've got the Fold, we've got the Fold 2, we've got the Motorola Razr devices, and even some other cool things like the Surface Duo. But this one right here, at the price point, what it brings to the table, and the whole folding thing, I think this one's the best one for most people, and I'm going to explain that in this video. But before we get into that, I do want to say, if this is your first time stopping by the channel, I appreciate you being here. If you enjoy the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button, and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. Now let's take a look at the Z Flip 5G. So it's 2020, obviously. Lots of different folding phones have come out on the market. I mean, I've got another one right here. I've got the Z Fold 2. Really cool. It's got the whole regular phone thing on the front, but then it opens up and you get like the whole tablet functionality. Again, I talked about some other phones like the Motorola Razr and the Razr 5G, the Surface Duo that Microsoft made. This one right here, though, I think is the ideal form factor for most people. But it also brings other things to the table. It's very functional, it's nice, it's small, it's compact, but then you get the full functionality of a nice big phone, 6.7-inch screen. It's got full HD plus display, HDR10, so you can watch everything, the best and the brightest that's out there. It's nice. Samsung makes really good screens. Two cameras on the back here. We've got a 12 megapixel primary shooter and also a wide angle. And then we have a 10 megapixel front facing selfie camera. It is very capable in the camera and the video department. I actually used this quite a few times to shoot some B-rolls for some of my other videos. It looks nice. Samsung has done a good job with this, and I was a little concerned it didn't have the third camera at first. I was a little concerned that it was just the two 12 megapixels, but it holds its own in the camera department. So I think if you're looking for something that does that, you're going to be happy with the way that it works. So this is an upgrade, kind of, over the Z Flip that came out earlier in the year. They added a faster processor, gave it 5G, a couple little things here and there. Of course, it's got this beautiful Mystic Gray color on it. It comes in two colors, Mystic Gray and then Mystic Bronze. And I really love the way that this Mystic Gray turned out. I had the regular Z Flip before I got this one. Go ahead and take the whole case off of here. But just so you can see this, it's got like a matte finish on it. And I think it's the best looking finish on any phone this year, and I really love the way this phone looks. If you notice on the front there, you've got the little AMOLED display as well. So it's got this LED readout. It's touch sensitive. You can use it, swipe to answer calls, swipe to hang up or dismiss calls. You can swipe to turn off alarms and things like that. And also it works as a viewfinder, a tiny little viewfinder. You can see yourself in there when you're taking selfies and stuff if you want to go that route. But like I said, Snapdragon 865 Plus. It is an upgrade over the one that came out earlier this year. They added the 5G. I'm going to be completely honest with you, the 5G is really not that big of a deal. It's just not quite a mature network that's fully deployed yet. You're not going to see a whole lot of differences on the normal consumer level. 4G LTE is even faster in some areas just because of how things are set up. So it is nice though. Yes, if you like to have the 5G attached to the name, then that's cool. But it works well, super fast, 8 gigabytes of RAM, 256 gigabytes of internal storage. You can't expand it. You can't put an SD card in there. That's why I think they went with 256 over 128. I don't blame them. 256 I think is perfectly fine. Wireless charging, reverse wireless charging. It's got a 3300 milliamp battery, which should get you through the day. It gets me as a power user right at about 5 hours of screen on time. That's kind of borderline for me, but for most people, that's going to be perfectly fine. Most people are not like me who sit there and use their phone all the time, all day long. So I think that this will be okay for pretty much anybody who picks it up. The technology certainly seems to be more mature at this point. The hinge is nice. It seems well made. There's no dust or water resistance, so be careful with that. Definitely put a case on it. But that's one other nice thing about this phone. You can easily get a very protective case for it. It pops right on. It stays on well, no issues. This is actually a Rinky slim case that I got. I paid less than 20 bucks on Amazon. Probably my favorite case for this phone, other than the leather case, which I love, but it's more expensive. I'll have the link to both down in the description. Very easy to protect, very nice, very novel form factor, and it has that nostalgia feel to it. Like if you grew up and your first phone was a flip phone, you're really going to enjoy being able to do that again. I wouldn't do it super hard because you don't want to mess up your $1,400 phone, but it is nice just to be able to do that Very easy to open, very easy to close. It breaks in nicely. It's got a nice solid feel to it. As many times as I opened and closed it, I had the previous Z Flip for several months. I've not had any concerns about the hinge or the quality, but if you buy one, you also get the one-time screen replacement for like 150 bucks if you mess up the screen within the first year. So Samsung does stick by these, I think. I haven't seen too many concerns about them, and honestly, I haven't heard any problems with these. It's not like the Motorola Razr that had problems with the hinge. It's not like the Fold that had problems with the screen at first. It's not like the Surface Duo that's having problems because it's made out of plastic. This one, they made it well. The user interface is solid. The cameras are good. It's just an overall really nice phone experience. And it has this really cool form factor and nostalgic and also novel design because it's 2020. It's a folding screen. The screen folds in on itself. So that's cool. The only things I don't really care about, it doesn't have stereo speakers. I wish that it did, but with a 3300 milliamp battery, I can see why they didn't, because if they put another speaker on there, that just means more things you have to power with the battery that's not very big. So I get it. There's no headphone jack. Some people care about that, some people don't. It's very easy just to get the Samsung dongle, which gives you 24-bit audio anyway, and you can plug it right into the bottom and plug your headphones in. So it's no problem. Go pick one up at Best Buy. Make sure you get the Samsung one though, because I don't think the generic off-brand ones work. But overall, I think they did a good job. It's a really solid phone. It gives you a really nice experience. It looks cool. I mean, it's classy as heck, and it's a great conversation piece. I mean, how many people do you see sit around and open their phone up? Very easy to carry in your pocket. I mean, look at this as compared to the Z Fold 2. I mean, it's much, much bigger. And then if you go ahead and you open this one up, it's very big. I mean, look at this. Side by side, there's a huge difference there. And I don't think people necessarily, one, want to spend $2,000, but two, may not want a phone that doubles as a tablet. Then put it side by side with the iPhone 12. There's not a whole lot that's lost there, but then, oh, look at that. It's half the size now. So there are benefits to it. Also, you get the different positional viewing experiences that you can use with the phone. So one, this doesn't have DeX though. It's kind of annoying it doesn't, but I think that also has to do with the battery. I don't use DeX a whole lot myself, but some people really love it, and this phone should be capable of it, but it doesn't support it. But you can do this whole flex mode thing, and it's nice because you can have the screen pop up where the video's up here, like on YouTube, and then the information's down on the bottom. You get an uninterrupted viewing experience, which is really nice. And then for playing games, it's cool because you get this nice, really long 6.7-inch screen, and it looks good. So it doesn't have a 90 hertz or 120 hertz refresh rate. Yeah, it just, the battery would die too fast at 3,300 milliamps. Maybe next year, maybe when we get the Z Flip 2, whenever that sees the light of day sometime. I do wish it had a screen on the outside like the Motorola Razr does. But the thing with the Motorola Razr is it has not very nice specs in it, at least for $1,400. Yes, it has the outside screen on it, but I think that the design is not as developed and not as good as this one. I think that the screen has more question marks than this one. I think that the camera experience is not as good. I think that the processor should be better. It's only got a Snapdragon 765G in it, which I rave about. That's a fantastic processor in my $699 Pixel 5, in my $599 Velvet, in my $399 TCL 10 5G. Not in a $1,500 phone. It should have the best and the brightest. And this one does not compromise. This one has a really good experience, top of the line processor, everything you could ask for, other than the refresh rate, the extra speaker, the headphone jack, and there's no dust and water resistance. But you're not going to get that with any of the folding phones, just because by nature of them, things fold. That means there's pores, there's open places for things to get in. We're just not there yet. But I think that this one's fine. If you're looking at getting one, I think you're going to enjoy it. I think it's worth the price tag. Look around, shop for some deals, see if you can get a trade-in through T-Mobile or AT&T or wherever. There's always deals on these things. So also, if you're not wanting to spend a ton of money, look at the original Z Flip. It's still a very good phone, and you can get them renewed on Amazon for less than, I think, like $900 now. Don't quote me on that, but you can go look. There's really not a whole lot of difference between them, but this one is newer, Snapdragon 865 Plus, and 5G if that's what matters to you. But if you don't care about that and you want to save some money, get the regular Z Flip. It's perfectly capable. You can pick one up and spend a lot less money than getting one of these brand new. But if you want to spend money, if you want to get one brand new, if you want to have the latest and greatest, this guy right here is it. I think this is the best for most people. I think it's going to line up with most people's interest, and it's going to give you the same flexibility and functionality of a normal phone, but all the conveniences of the brand new folding design. So that's all I've got. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them down in the comments section. I'll get back with you. If you enjoy the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.